In this video, I want to show you how to play with the images, to the spectra images in Demetra. And I will use the version 5.1.1 of the software and the version LP600 of Demetra. Okay, again, I have no spectroscope connected, so I'm still working with the demonstration images provided with the software, and then I go to the manage observation module. I will concentrate, for instance, on the Vega observation. Okay, and so you remember that the definition tab contains some general information, and the second tab is the one I want to focus on tonight, and this is the one with the images. Okay, so you see that you have different baskets. Okay, so these baskets are defined by the LP600 process. So we consider that to get a good, high quality result, we need to have all these images. Okay, so I will spend more time on the how to make these images especially, but at this moment I just want to show you that if I double click on an image, then it appears in the bottom part of the screen. Okay, I can extend it, and then we have some buttons here in the bottom of the window, for instance, to fit and automatically tune the threshold to have the maximum visibility of the details in the spectrum area. The spectrum area is the blue part, and the yellow bands are here to measure the value of the sky background to correct the spectrum from the sky background pollution. Okay, so I will not spend too much time today. We'll see that later on, how to manage these lines in detail, these bands, the yellow and blue bands. But what I want to show you, well, by the way, you can just remove them, remove this band by clicking on this button, the show areas button, tick here. And I just want to show you that I can for instance, draw a rectangle and say that I want Demetra to tune the threshold in this part of the spectrum. Okay, so in this case, we see that the thresholds are tuned in such a way that we see the maximum of dynamic in the window I have drawn. I can to remove the window, I can just right-click inside the window and select Remove Selection. Or I can also, well, I can do another one here, tune the threshold in this case, so it will adapt to the spectrum itself. And by the way, I can also cancel this, erase this selection square by double-clicking outside of the window of the square. Okay. You can also, if you do that, you can turn the threshold, and you can also fit the images to this rectangle to see a lot of details. Okay, and you can also see some statistics in the image. So you have the maximum and mean value, and in this case, this is in the square, selected square, that you see this value. If I just do the same in another part of the image, if I ask for the statistic, the statistic will be totally different. Okay, and something also, you have a tool here on the left. You can open the toolbox, and you have different things, different tools. One is to show a profile. This is a very basic profile, and this is just an addition of all the columns in the blue part of the spectrum where you have the spectrum. Okay, so in the blue part of the image, sorry, where you have the spectrum. Okay, so it's a very basic profile, but it's enough to see a lot of details. Okay, so you can also click. So I've removed the profile here. You can extend it the way you want. And by the way, if you zoom the image, you can extend, for instance, the image here and use the full width, or you can zoom by clicking on Control and then use the wheel. You can also move the mouse by clicking Control tab, and then you can move the spectrum this way. So it's very easy to manage the image. Okay, and of course, in this case, the profile follow the image. Okay, so I remove the profile. I'll show you that here you have some statistics. Okay, in this part of the window, so I can remove them or display them, and these statistics are concentrated on the blue part of the spectrum. Okay, so if I draw a rectangle, you will see that the statistic has changed. Okay, so if I select a rectangle, the statistics correspond to the rectangle. If I remove it by double clicking outside of the rectangle, then the statistics become based on the blue part of the spectrum, where is the most important information in the image. Okay, so that's it for today. I just wanted to show you how to play with the images, and how Demetra is powerful to do this kind of exploration of each image. And by the way, you can double click on any image here, for instance a dark. You can just click on fit and auto, and you have the dark. Here you can display the flat image. In this case, it's better to click on auto or fit and auto to tune the thresholds for this given image. And you can also, of course, see the calibration image and do the same. And in this case, you better have to move the slider horizontally in the bottom to change the threshold and to better see all the emission lines that will be used to calibrate the spectrum. Okay, so this time that's it for today, and we will continue in the next video.